problem we have with the big social housing neighborhood, monofunctionalist that we have built in the 60s, 70s. And we try to rebuild a place and put some cultural equipment on this place between different neighborhoods to change the way of living in this neighborhood, to make people going out of this neighborhood and to diversify the kind of buildings. This is the last example, is also the fact that we have to work on the existing building. And working on the existing building is one of the principal objectives if we want to reduce the pollution in Grenoble, because as it is very dense, the buildings are the most important providers of pollution. It's more important than transport and than industry. Of course, there's not a lot of industry in the city, but you know, all these buildings that were built between the Second World War and the end of the 70s, were built without any respect of the problem of energy efficiency. So this is an important project which is interesting about the integrated approach, because we have at the same time transformed this very big boulevard that has 6 lines of cars in a boulevard with only 2 or sometimes 4 lines of cars, and a tramway in the middle, and the pavement, and place line for bicycle, etc., which has totally changed this atmosphere. This was a rupture, this was a barrier, nobody crossed between the north and the south, and now it's all new life in this boulevard. But the integrated approach is more than this, because we have also asked all the people that own the buildings to try to renovate this building on an energy efficiency approach, but also on an aesthetic approach. We have asked all them to renovate the facade, and we propose to insulate also the facade within the renovation. We have proposed all the shops to do also the same work, energy and aesthetic. And we have renovated all these public space and the tramway. So this is a total approach. Everybody participates to this renovation, and also for the atmosphere, for the economic activity, which is twice bigger now, and for the pollution. So, yeah, this is the results.
So
you need
wrap up now.
Numbers. Okay. So I go fast on the new project on the research sector, which is a monofunctional sector, but dedicated to the research. And now we are going to make the city going in this part of the city, making also sustainable everything, and trying also to reduce the car proportion and increase the bicycle, pedestrian, and of course tramway and buses. This is an interesting project because we are trying to go higher to make people having more green space and make a big park along the river right in the center of the city. So, but I don't have time to show you this project. The idea is to go really higher with buildings about 50 meters high and try to make also dwellings in sort of a tower only for apartments. So the last slide about the strategy now. now that you have seen the project, here is the strategy, our secret. The strategy is people incentive, of course. If population don't understand what you do and is not behind you to push, you can't do it. And we do this with organizing a biennale, not as big as Venice one, but more popular, maybe. About sustainable habitat, and also a factor 4 campaign, which explain everybody what we can do about energy in every kind of place. The other action is advice, of course, because it's very technical, it's very complex, and we have, I have one example here. We have done a guide from 6 years now, and we refreshed it every 2 or 3 years, that we give to every constructor, every people who want to build or make renovation. And it shows how you can manage, but I like to call it a local guide because there's also a diagnostic about all the difficulties, special difficulties you have in Grenoble that you don't have in other cities. It's specific, the site is specific. And the third part of the strategy is, of course, the policy and the project and research, etc. But all this can't work if you don't have participation, and participation is a lot developed in Grenoble. And we have recently developed the participation also in the small private project. Before, only the big project has participation, and people ask about more information about the small project, because sometimes some small project has big impact in small neighborhoods. So this is just images about the biennale of sustainable habitat. There's a lot of visits. People enjoy visiting the worksite, new buildings, new parks, etc. It's really interesting to show what happened, to show to people this is possible. And we will also organize a prize to make all the builders, architects, engineers, firms that build, the contractors, going to a more sustainable buildings, construction and renovation. We organize every 2 years a big prize, about a big award about who is the best in town planning, in new building, in new dwelling, etc. With different categories, with the buildings, the houses. And this is the results of our policy from now 5 years. So we have to totally change the way of building in Grenoble, and we have also we're trying to change the mixity, because on 3 years you can see that we have 40% of the new dwelling construction is social housing. It's because we have only 20% of the social housing in Grenoble. We try to put more mixity. The outside insulation of the building is now the traditional way to build. And we have also introduced the green roof, because the green roof participates a lot of the atmosphere and the cool down in the winter, in the summer, etc. So about 10 hectares now are green roof in Grenoble, and the solar panel, of course, a lot. This is the showing how these 3 indicators has grown, and how the change happened with our urban policy and all the other things I developed in the strategy, the incentive, etc. I have finished. just this. Every people who builds in Grenoble has to feel this. It is not obligatory in the law, but we ask them to fill all these things about environmental performance of the construction. And this is the last slide about participation. And of course, you're welcome to Grenoble next time.